Hello everybody, my name is Sasha and welcome to my channel. And in this video I'm going to share with you how to write a good motivation letter. Since I've already experienced on writing motivation letters to the Finnish university in which I studied as an exchange for 1 year, and to 2 American programs which I won, now I'm also writing lots of motivation letters to their universities for my master degree. So I'm going to share with you tips which I found out for myself that they are the most useful and which will definitely make your essay as an outstanding, will show your personality and will increase your chances to get into the university of your dream. So the first tip which I'm going to tell you today is to be creative. I know that it can sound pretty obvious, but literally the first 2 or 3 sentences are the main one. So they plays the main role in the whole process, because their person, let's say some worker from university, they're reading lots of applications daily. And let me tell you that they're not reading them all till the end. So if it's not catching from the beginning, if your story it's not interesting and intriguing from the beginning, from the first sentences, then there is a high chance that they will just close it and decline your application. What should be in these first 2 or 3 sentences? Usually I put some sort of mystery. I mean, not some paranormal stuff, but you should introduce their other person to read the rest. So basically, if you can't create from the beginning some catchy sentence, then maybe I would recommend to you to firstly to write whole essay, whole letter, and then see what can be the conclusion of this letter. So what's kind of what the main thing, what lesson their reader should learn from this essay, or what may be conclusion you made for yourself while you wrote this essay. Or for example, let's say if your discipline, your specialty is medicine, so there can be some metaphor which dedicate to medicine, but it should be metaphor which you rather created by your own, not which you kind of copied or adopted by some other letters or some maybe famous, I don't know, quotations. So it should be your own baby, your own creation. The second tip which I would recommend you to do is to use your own language with which you're comfortable with to write an essay. So what I mean, for example, my native language is Russian and I need to write an essay in English, but I know that my imagination works better when I think in Russian language right now, because I'm living in this country and I'm daily communicating with people in Russian. So that's why if I want to put some deep meaning into the words, into the sentences I'm writing, I would rather recommend you to do it firstly in Russian or in your own native language, and then when you will be sure that it's completely ready, that you're 100% satisfied of what you just done, then you can start to translate it into English. And I think it will be very helpful, because it will not put you into some fancies, or borders. So because sometimes it's very hard for me to find some synonyms or some kind of analog of the words which I want to use, or sometimes it's hard to express the thought for me in English which I want to say. So, and if I do it firstly in Russian, then for me it's easier to make it work in English, and be interesting in English as well. So at least I'm not losing my my thoughts, I'm not losing the whole structure which I created in my own head. The third tip is do not copy other essays. Oh, it's such a cliche, but lots of people, they're copying their essays of like other people and like kind of believing that it will help to them, to get into the university of their dream. You shouldn't do that, because all of the people who works in the like, I don't know, universities or like in some scholarships like organizations, they read like dozens of essays like that every day. So, and they basically know kind of what's there out in the internet, or like, kind of what's in like other people's essays, let's say. So you are the unique person, you're individual, and that's why you should be interesting to them. So, but you just need to like make sure that you opened all of their aspects of your life, all of the sides, all of the interesting sides of yourself in your letter. So I think that would value more than, kind of if you just steal somebody's essay and then, kind of it will not work out. So the fourth tip is to summarize all of your achievements, but don't brag. What does it mean? So lots of people, when they're writing like essays or letters, motivation letters, so they tend to put all of their achievement and say, ooh, look how good I am, mwah, I can do this, I'm so unwinnable, and that kind of stuff. So okay, it's good if you have lots of achievements and it's necessary to show them, but the point that you should kind of be very neat and accurate by putting them out. So like kind of the best way is to create some story, and while this story, like to put some kind of facts, some achievements of your own, but don't brag, don't do posing. So it should be simple, but it should kind of your letter should show by its own that how wonderful you are and how really this university or organization need you. Okay, so, and the last tip which I'm going to share with you for today is that the narration of the story is the key. I know that many people, like when they're writing motivation letters, they're just writing that I decided to study medicine when my mother firstly took me to the work. I saw how wonderful it is to help people and blah blah blah. And since that day, I was doing this and this. So, and then they're just listing what they have done, and that's why I decided to become a medicine worker. So it's not interesting. There should be, as I said, some catchy material, some catchy stuff. So it would be better if instead, yes, you can be inspired like by the first visiting of your mom's work, like if like we kind of consider this situation, but there should be some details. So for example, first time when I saw surgery happening, my brain was almost like going to explode, or like, I don't know, I feel sick because I saw lots of blood, and then I was thinking that probably it's not gonna be working for myself. I needed to struggle with this feeling, and you can like kind of go more to what you feel and how this feeling brought you up to the moment where you are, how you improved yourself as a professional, as a person, but from maybe your own perspective, your own feelings. So not just don't just list all of your achievements. So try to create some kind of adventure for readers, so that would be more interesting. I know that like if for example you study medicine, probably you will say, well, but I'm not a professional writer, so how I should do this? Well, just try. Like, I mean, watch, like you can, when you're watching a movie, you're watching it because there is some kind of this catchy thing. So like if you watch like I do, if I watch the first 2 minutes and it's not taking my attention, I'm closing the movie and never watching it again. So this happening same with your essay. So if you want to be accepted, then you should think about how you can do this. It's also good if you have some friends or maybe some relatives to whom you can give your essay and kind of ask their opinions, so what they would change and kind of how from what perspective maybe it should be done. So I will recommend to, if you will make kind of some improvements every time, to read your essay to the new person, like, because when you see so much like yourself, for example, your essay, you really stop to understand is it good or not, because your kind of eyes get blurry, you know, you already saw this dozens of times, like, and it makes no sense for you. So that's why, like, every time give to read like your essay to some new person, so because, you know, the first impression is the right one, so our brain's always giving to us some signs and signals, you know, when we're watching or listening something or reading, so do we like it or not, or if we don't like something, why, and kind of what can be changed. I hope that my advices were useful for you. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a big thumbs up if you liked it, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel not to skip next videos, and text me in the comments down below where you're planning to apply, what maybe tips you're using for your own. Thank you so much. Bye.